So guys, the topic of today's video are the Shards of Galanor overpowered. If you know what the Shards of Galanor are, basically it's an exotic gauntlet for the Hunter Blade Barrage subclass, and what it does is basically give you your super back depending on how much damage you do with your super. And to my findings, basically I found in PvP, if you get a double kill in PvP, you're well on your way to your next super. You're pretty much at 3/4 of your super, and it's very strong. If you were to really spec into this and have 5 super mods, have, you know, perks like pump action, dynamo, and all of that kind of thing, you know, if you're getting double kills with your super, you will basically be blade barraging all game long. It is very good. I know a lot of people complain about the Ursa Furiosa because it has a very similar effect in the Crucible, but you know, for me, it's debatable which is more powerful, the Ursa Furiosa or the Shards of Galanor. And you know, basically the reason why I think Shards of Galanor are just as strong, if not stronger, than Ursa Furiosa is because there is nothing you can really do to counter the Shards of Galanor. With the Ursa Furiosa, if you don't shoot the shield of the blocking Titan, then that's it. End of story. The Ursa Furiosa has no real use. However, with the Shards of Galanor, you know, you basically just get the kill with the barrage and that's it, you get super energy back. It operates in very strange ways as well. There were certain instances where I would kill only one person and it almost immediately filled up my super bar. I'm not sure why that's the case. The perk does state that it gives you super energy back based on hits, not just kills. So even if you just damage people and you get no kills, there is a chance of you getting a large chunk of super energy back. As I said, if you spec into this setup, it can be very powerful. The Hunter has the best neutral game of any of the subclasses, and that's not regarding any kind of exotics. I would say on PC it's probably a different story. Titan skating with macros is very strong. The Nova Warp subclass is incredibly strong, but over here on console, where I predominantly spend my time, the Hunter's neutral game is the strongest. This is why most players, if you go into high rank comp, if you play a high ranking comp, there will be a minimum of 3 Hunters on the enemy team. And the reason for that is basically the movement. Hunter movement with this small field of view, 30 FPS, is very hard to track. Hunter's effectively utilizing his strafe jump, especially with stompies, but not even with stompies, even without stompies, is basically the strongest, especially for winning shotgun fights. They're 110% the best subclass to use for winning your shotgun fights. So for that reason, with the meta being so dominant with shotgun and Wardcliffe coil in obviously competitive, you see Hunters all over the place. So man, if you have a Shards of Galanor and you spec 5 super mods, put pump action on your helmet, you put dynamo on your boots, and you can nail a double kill every time with your blade barrage, which, let's be honest, is not the hardest thing to do in the world. It's a very strong shutdown super. In fact, it is the strongest shutdown super in the game, without a shadow of a doubt. Nobody can debate that. The damage resistance is incredibly strong when you pop the super. The radius of the super itself is very wide and very far, and not very hard to aim and direct at groups of enemies. So basically, with that being said, you're going to be hitting double kills pretty often. If you hit a double kill in PvP with the shards, you're going to be at 3/4 of a super. If you hit a triple kill at any point, you'll get your entire super bar back. It's very strong. It's also incredibly strong in Gambit and PvE in general, because you can damage bosses constantly with blade barrage. All of the hits get counted on the boss, and then you get your super back almost immediately. On the flip side of things, Ursa Furiosa, not very strong in PvE. Generally speaking, Sentinel is not very strong in PvE to begin with, although Code of the Commander now is very effective for ad clear and things like that. But I still think people prefer to use, you know, Shards of Galanor blade barrage for DPS if they can get it. Definitely over the Ursa Furiosa. The situation where I would say Ursas are probably stronger than the Shards of Galanor would be when you're in a lobby where blueberries, you know, they don't care what your exotic is, they don't bother to check, you know, they don't give a shit. They're just there to go play, shoot some shit, move on to the next game, right? So they're gonna lay into your shield. And in that situation where they are just, you know, non-stop, every time you pop your super, they keep shooting your shield. Yes, in that situation, I would say Ursa is definitely stronger than Shards of Galanor. Because as you guys have seen in videos that I've put out, you know, plenty of videos I've put out using the Ursas, if they put enough damage into you when you're blocking, The moment your super ends, it's instantly filled. It is instantly filled, and that is pretty absolutely crazy. Let's be honest. With the Shards of Galanor, it kind of slowly just fills up the meter, depending on how many people you killed and how much damage you've done. The other thing they have in common with the Ursa Furiosa is that you have to survive popping your super. So, you can't just go out there, panic a barrage, kill 3 people and instantly die. If you do that, you will not get your super regen. And I think actually in that way, Ursa Furiosa is even stronger because there's a smaller window of time you need to survive with the Ursas, because the Ursa just gives you your energy back in one big burst. However, the Shards of Galanor is kind of like a slower, more gradual, just a fill up of your super bar. So in that sense, again, I would give Ursas the edge. Overall, specifically on console, I think Hunters are vastly more powerful than Titans, simply because of movement, as I previously stated. So for that reason, I think Shards of Galanor are probably more powerful overall than Ursa Furiosa, because like I said before, you can't counter Shards of Galanor like you can counter Ursa. Hunters have the best neutral game in the, out of all the subclasses. Although I will say Nova Warp is pushing them close. That being said, on console, it has to be said, Warlock movement doesn't compare to Hunter movement. It just doesn't. You have to very, very master Warlock movement to be very good at it at the highest level. Obviously, if you're playing quick play and you're just chilling out, it's not that deep, it doesn't matter. But when I'm talking about what's the best, I always look at competitive to see what the best is, and the numbers don't lie. You do see a lot of Nova Warps in comp now, but 100% you see more Hunters. As I said already, listen, I've got nothing against you Hunters, alright? All of my videos, everything, it's all just a bit of fun. Don't take it too seriously, guys. It's all just banter. But like I said, guys, the Shards of Galanor are very, very good. I'm very, very impressed with them. Shout out again to the homie Nathan for letting me use his account so I could try these things out. I don't have any Hunter exotics on my own account yet. So to summarize, do I think the Shards of Galanor are overpowered? Yeah, possibly. I think they might be overpowered. But I think in the current sandbox, there's so many perks and exotics that are built around giving your super back that it's kind of just blended into the chaos. It's not standing out as like a sore thumb. Like, Wormhusk in the old meta stood out like a sore thumb. You don't really have that now in this sandbox for me. I think the one thing that absolutely stands out would probably be the Telesto. That thing definitely needs a nerf. Out of anything in the game, I would say Telesto needs a nerf. And I would say heavy ammo needs a nerf in general. There is far too much heavy in play in general in Destiny 2 at the moment. For me, Shards of Galanor, not overpowered, but very, very strong. Absolutely. Probably, a top tier exotic for Hunters. Personally, I would rather use something like Dragon Shadow or Stompies to boost further the neutral game of the Hunter. But at the end of the day, you can't really argue with endless super spam, can you? It's very, very strong. Hope you enjoy the rest of the gameplay that we've got here. And guys, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like. Also check out my Twitch channel. I'm streaming live every day, twitch.tv/Shake17. There's a bunch of links in the description. Check them out, guys. They mean a lot to me. Thank you, and I will see you next time. Peace.
Only 1 minute left. Seconds remaining. 10 seconds.